Hello and welcome to the MyMarketr platform. I'm Joe, one of the team here at MyMarketr, and I'm very privileged to take you through a few steps because you're here, likely on a free trial at the moment on your first 14 days, wondering how the platform works. It's for me to take you through some of the very early steps that are going to lead you to some great success in the very early days, where you can really start to maximize the value that you see from the platform. So what you're likely looking at now is either a completed dashboard, a bit like mine here, or some of these may still show with data pending. That is very, very normal in the first, we say actually 10 minutes, we say 20 minutes, we actually say 24 hours, because what we've actually got here, MyMarketr is a bunch of different pieces of technology that actually by type aren't designed to interrelate, and we've brought all of those things together. So we're getting data from many different sources, and that data, as you would expect, comes in different ways at different times. And it's our job to make sense of that and to be able to put that into the clearest possible picture for you. So it's not at all unusual to see some of these things still showing pending, and it may even be that there's the odd skew figure in the first day or two as well, which we absolutely anticipate. Truth be told, behind the scenes, there is a manual process that takes place. Not that you would necessarily see it, but there are some good checks and balances that take place to make sure that we've got everything plugged in exactly where it should be. So what we have here is our project home. This is where everything begins. It's the hub of MyMarketr, if you like. And this is designed with three core purposes, if you like. Firstly, to show you what the platform is doing for you in lifetime, the success, if you like, that it's already achieved, what your next steps are, the things to kind of keep an eye on, and where you can go from here. So this here is the top band. This is going to show you some of your high level metrics that the platform is achieving for you, whether that's words on your website, how many pages that MyMarketr, the platform has built for you, how many words it's built for you, and how many words in this last week, along with a content score, which we would always expect to be somewhere in the 70s or 80s or upwards. So this is all looking really good. And this obviously is MyMarketr, this is ourselves. Website growth, we'll see this here. So this is pretty much regurgitating some of the upper metrics here in a far more user-friendly. There'll be different graphs in the fullness of time here as well, that you can really get a visual of what's going on for you. This here is a really important panel to pay attention to ongoing. This is your up next. So this is the automation. So MyMarketr creates content for you based on the content gaps that exist between you and your competitors. And this is where you will first see the content that we've got. And this actually leads to the schedule. So just over here, you'll see your scheduler, which will have the next 3 months worth or so of content that is scheduled to be written for you. It is not in any way uncommon to find here some keywords that may be irrelevant. It also isn't uncommon to find keywords that are repetitive. We anticipate that, we expect that. And the actual reason behind that is because these, where we filter these, this is a sliding scale. If we're too harsh here, then we're going to miss some really good quality keywords that are really going to help you. But also, if we're too lenient, we're going to let far too much through and it just becomes noise, it becomes difficult to keep track of. So when you are to click one of these, in order to delete it, you can either decide whether it's not relevant or repetitive. That allows MyMarketr, allows the platform to learn from that deletion and be able to pitch and adjust things accordingly as time goes on. And so, yeah, I would just encourage you to look towards the end of this list to make sure that everything you've got here is relevant and that there isn't too much repetition. Repetition, again, is an interesting thing because it depends how big your website is. It depends really the gap that exists between you and your competitors as to how repetitive you're going to find some of these keywords. I would always say that if there's any questions at all, then we're more than happy to take inquiries. So please reach out to the team. You will see this little icon here in the bottom right. You can create a new support ticket, but very often beforehand, you'll actually find a lot of this stuff will be covered for you in FAQs and tutorials. So going back to our project home, moving on from the up next section, we've also got content to review. So this is going to give you a really decent lifetime snapshot of the content pieces that have gone through the quality control process and are ready for you to review. We always ask, of course, that you yourselves edit, carry out your own view of the content before you certify as complete and request it be published. That's a important part of the process that will always remain in place. But we've made it really super simple to keep on top of exactly what's outstanding, what you need to do. So simply by clicking view all, you can go through to created content, or you can click on the individual content piece itself. Recent activity, as the name would suggest, is going to give you all of the stuff that the platform's been doing, all the boring, laborious stuff in the background. It's going to give you an overview of the platform's workings for you. And lastly, next content ideas. This is a really good part of the platform. So this isn't automated yet, albeit it will be. But for now, we really encourage you to grasp the concept of two different types of content at play here. So we've got competitor overview, which is the content that exists purely to bridge the gap, if you like, between you and your competitors. But also we've got the quick create and my content ideas functions. This is what we call topical authority. So what we're doing here is taking a broad view of the industry you're in and looking at the content that you need across your website in order to, in the eyes of Google, kind of win that authority race, to show that you're authoritative, to show that you're trusted. Because amongst many metrics that Google uses, keyword relevance, which we've got covered, but also the authority, building that trust, if you like, with Google, that they're going to point people that are searching for your services or products in your direction. So this is a really important part of it as well. And I'll say you can do that by quick create, which is the quickest way, again, as the name suggests, of doing it, or looking into my content ideas down here. This is where you will see quite literally hundreds of different content titles that you can choose from. And we've got all of these organized by the different themes across your website, which actually leads me nicely into themes. But if I do, I will just show you an example. You can see we've got the different content titles down here, and I can simply go and click create content, and the platform will create that for me. Going back to themes, you will see that everything across your website we've identified from that initial scrape, initial review, if you like, of your website. You always have between 5 and 7 themes across your website. You may also know these as content pillars, but these are the themes that exist. Every piece of content that we produce will align with one of these themes. So you can see here whether you've got a theme that you feel is under or overrepresented, but you can also go and look at page level. Now, this is a view that we don't often see of our website because it's giving us that overall view of all of the pages. And people are often astonished at how many pages they actually have on their website, because of course this takes into account all sorts of landing pages, blog posts, etc. So you can quite literally scroll to however many pages you have in your website that is highlighted up here for you. So just going back to at home, one thing I wanted to just cover before I let you go is integrations. Now, this is an optional set of integrations, but they are integrations that are really designed to optimize your experience using the platform. WordPress, firstly, if you're built in WordPress, and if you're a Launch Accelerator customer, MyMarketr, we've built your website in WordPress. And you can see if you're not looking at connected here, you'll be looking at a button to connect. You can go ahead and click this button and it will help you connect your website to the platform. And that allows for one-touch publishing, which is a fantastic time saver. Not essential by any stretch, because the copy and paste still exists, and you can obviously upload to your own web provider, but also that functionality is coming for other web providers as well. And again, really importantly, Google integration. Pretty much everybody has Google aligned in some way with their website. So definitely connect Google Analytics, connect Google Search Console, and this just helps us effectively confirm what content is performing best for you, and it helps us analyze your search performance as well, which really help us. It just puts that upper level on the platform performance. So really encourage you to do those. As always, I come back to this button here, the support team on hand to assist if you've got any questions or queries. So please make use of this. If anything doesn't look quite right, certainly in the early days, whilst everything's loading for you, you've got just down here the report bug option as well, and we'll be very, very responsive to any of the reports that we receive. Thanks very much for watching. Take care.